She's pretty and smart and good at heart. She's light skinned dead. Her eyes are green, her hair is clean. She's light skinned dead. Her skin is so fair and she's so straight up. She cooks good food and never bread. She's light skinned dead. No counterfeit, never hair gets wet. She's light skinned dead. She's out of sight, don't call her well. She's light skinned dead. She's so great and bad and she gives awesome head. She gets it back before she's ahead. She's light skinned dead. She is sport of her support. She's light skinned dead. She's never cruel, no attitude. She's light skinned dead. She's so well behaved cause she listens from friends. She don't eat much of that blood. She's light skinned dead. She's out of sight and never fight. She's light skinned dead. Her skin is green, her self-esteem. She's light skinned dead. Her skin is so smooth and she knows how to move. She truly thinks she can work the day. She's light skinned dead. She's fine as wine with a knife behind. She's light skinned dead. Her skin is beige and the same thing. She's light skinned dead. There's good white girl class and a sexy fat ass. Her hair is long, that's and the song. She's she's light skinned dead. The one I call when I want to have fun. She's light skinned dead. She's the only one I want. She's light skinned dead. Light skinned dead. She pretty and smart and good at heart. Her eyes are green, her hair's clean. Her skin's fair, she's pretty and she cook good food and never rude. Won't have a fit when the head is wet. She's out of sight, don't call her right. She great in bed, red off her head. She'll hit the bag for she had. She play a sport, off her support. She never grew, no attitude. Well behaved, do Sunday slave. She don't eat much, her thigh don't tug. Out of sight and never find. Her skin's cream, high self-esteem. Her skin's smooth, know how to move. She really fit, can't write that big. Fine as wine with a nice behind. Her skin is beige. She be on the same page with a white girl class and a big fat ass. Her hair's long. Let's hear this song. She's light skinned dead. She's the only one I want. She's light skinned dead. The one I call when I wanna have fun. She's light skinned dead. She's the only one I want. She's light skinned dead. Light skinned dead. She's light skinned dead. She's the only one I want.
Welcome to the Game Changer 00100 show. I'm your host, Game Changer. I want to start out by giving a thanks to Zero for the $10 super chat. I greatly appreciate you. And Eisen, he says, for the hilarious content that's coming. Y'all know how I do. I greatly appreciate it. To all the new people, make sure you hit that that subscribe button as well as the like button. And to all of you originals, make sure you hit that like button. I greatly appreciate you. Okay, so before I get into the whole of today's topic, and that's Truth. If you're talking, your mic is muted. Maybe he's talking to somebody else. Okay. So before I get into today's topic, I want to talk about this whole Jessica X situation because this is ridiculous. See, this is what I don't like. This is what I don't like. Actually, people. Now you're saying game changer. What is an actually person? An actually person is a person who looks for each and every single opportunity that they can think of to say actually, because that gives them the opportunity to appear the smartest person in the room. For example, mammals generally give birth.
You can meet here.
I'm gonna mute you, True.
Oh, sorry.
No worries. So, mammals generally give birth. And if somebody was to say, well, mammals give birth, somebody could come out and say, actually, the platypus lay eggs. Now, generally speaking, you know what the person meant. That mammals, for the most part, they give birth either in litters or, like humans, occasional twins or triplets or something like that, or individual births. But generally speaking, they give birth. But that person, they just cannot turn down the opportunity to say, actually. They just want to correct so much, just so much. I got to correct just so much because I like saying actually. So I was on Mr. Fantastic's panel and I was being actually'd just now. I'm going to play the clip of what happened when I was actually, let me rewind it a bit. Oh, and by the way, I attempted to play this clip before, but the clip was thrown out like a prenup. Oh, did I go there? Oh, did the judge throw my clip out like a prenup? Oh, that happened. Oh, dang. Okay. All right. But let's play.
We gotta get the order, then we gotta get back to ARC. We come out. So GC is on you, then we'll go to Sister George, ARC, then we come back to zero. Go ahead.
Okay, I actually wanted to continue on the prenup, but I do want to point out how it's always the man's fault, if you ever notice that. Like, whenever you look at a divorce scenario and the man get taken in court, it's always something like, he either married the wrong woman, which means that, he's blamed for getting married in the first place. And if he has a prenup, then, and she still takes him for his money, it's still somehow his fault. And if he doesn't have a prenup, then they will say that he should have had a prenup. So anytime a man gets hustled out of the majority or the lion's share of everything that he's ever worked for, it's somehow and always the man's fault. I just want to point that out. And everything that's being said now is in the defense of that construct. Now, what I wanted to do, since we're off the prenup situation, is I want to ask Jessica, would you consider a non-sanctioned marriage? Now, I want to point out that there are two women on the panel. And I asked Jessica because asking Sister George at this point, asking an engaged woman at this point would be very rude. Because it's like, like, what if her fiance is watching and say, oh, something, that's a good idea. And that could cause unnecessary turmoil. So the reason why I asked Jessica X is, for one, she said that she wanted to get married. And for two, like, hey, would you consider a non-sanctioned marriage? Because I actually want to know if that's something that women would consider, understanding that the current marriage contract is harming men, is harmful to men. This wasn't a shot or anything, nor was this an attempt to trap her into anything. But take a listen at the response.
I wouldn't be against it, no.
Now, here's the thing. When somebody say that they wouldn't be against, that's like if somebody says, are you a Democrat? Well, I wouldn't be against Biden winning. Or if you were to say, do you want Joe Biden to win? And they say, I wouldn't be against it. That's not really the question, is it? The question is, do you want him to win? Like, not being against it is just somewhere like also can include indifference, but I didn't want the answer to include indifference. So that's why I asked the question that way. Hold on right quick, Truth. So, but let's continue.
Would you be for it? Would you be something? Would that be something that you're willing to do?
That means that I'd consider it. If it's,
It actually doesn't necessarily mean that.
so I'm not against it. It's obviously
No, absence of a negative is not necessarily positive, but never.
So at this point, I understand that I am dealing with a hostile witness, as they say in the courts. You know, do you mind, Judge, if I treat this person like a hostile witness? Really no need for the hostility. I don't even know why it came about, but you know, it happens. For some people, it happened once monthly. Anyway, Zerk said, don't hurt him, GC. No, I'm not. This isn't supposed to be an attack. I was asked to bring this up on my show, and here I am. Actually, I was forced to bring it up on my show, you know, because I was silenced on other people's show. Yeah, but so here I am. Thank you, Doug, and thank you, Michael. Appreciate the super chats. Thanks a lot. All right.
You see, I mean, you have common sense. Come on.
Okay, I prefer to get positive affirmation than the absence of a negative. Okay, so but thank you for the positive affirmation. You know, I appreciate that. Okay, so and that's good. I do think that that's the way. When you look at the movie Braveheart, and they were living under a system in your same country. They were living under a system where
I think Braveheart is Scotland.
Yeah.
Okay, right there. I think Braveheart is Scotland. It is both Scotland and England. It is both of them. The movie took place in both countries. So yeah, you know, it took place in both. But anyway.
Okay. Well, the people in the southern portion, you know, like the people who made the laws for Scotland were in your country. Right?
Now, here's where so basically she said, if you, later on, she's going to say, if you truly believe that it was two different countries, then you would have stated that initially. This is me stating it initially. When I say the people in the southern portion, meaning England, that made the laws for Scotland, just the fact that I mentioned two different places with two different names means that I understood that they were two different countries. A point that I was not allowed to make on the previous panel. This is all that I wanted to say. She said, if you recognize these as two different countries, you would have stated so in the beginning. This is me stating so in the beginning. Period. But you know, people just got to say that actually. They just got to say that actually as many times as they can. Now, I'm going to go into greater depths of this because I don't have all the, because the video is fresh right now. So I don't have all the necessary clips to, actually really go into the psychology behind somebody who just has to say actually. They just have to say actually. I don't have that set, but later on she brought up that Scotland, was independent from the Middle Ages to the, to the 17th century. And since they gained their independence after Robert the Bruce, then they weren't necessarily independent before. So we get into this whole back and forth, but every time I brought up a point, there was interruptions. There was constant, chronic, and consistent interruptions. And it seems like when I brought up a point, I was interrupted by not only the Jessica X, but the powers to be, the powers over the land, like the courts interrupt marriage and stuff like that. Yeah, I kind of felt like a man in divorce court in this argument. I really, really did. But, stuff happens. Anyway, that being said, let's get to the topic at hand. So, the queens, and y'all know who I'm talking about. The chicks, I don't know if you want to call them B or C-list actresses or whatnot, but they want to respond to the whole Yellowbone comment, the Yellowbone song, etc., etc., etc. Listen, here's my take on it, and then I'll get to the fellas before I start playing the clip. See, y'all see what Zero did right here. See how he said we actually, y'all see that? Y'all see that? That was a pun. Y'all see what he's doing? We actually do blame you for everything. You see that? All right. Shout out to Zero Hate. Anyway, listen, I feel that light-skinned women should be able to embrace their light-skinnedness if they so choose. Each and every single group of people and women have the right to do that. Why do dark-skinned Black women get to use ism when nobody else get to use ism? I want y'all younger people to go back in time, and I want y'all to watch a TV series called Three's Company. Three's Company. And it was clear because it was even in syndication when I was a young man, but it was clear that the blonde women were hotter. And I think that that's still true for white guys, or anybody who's into white women. So I think that still holds true, that the blonder, blue-eyed is hotter white women, all other things equal. He was in a house where he was with a brunette and a blonde, and the blonde clearly was the sex symbol of the house. And guess what the brunettes of the day or any preceding day do? They didn't hide behind ism. They didn't say, oh, this is an ism because my ancestors are less Nordic than your ancestors. This is an ism. It's an ism. It's an ism because, they're less Nordic and blah, 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 blah. But they don't do that. See, nobody runs and cries unfair if somebody says one side is hotter than the other. And if a woman says that she is beautiful, then that's okay. And if she's beautiful because she has this feature, then that's okay. Now, fellas, let me get your take on it.
What she likes to.
Oh, Truth, I'm about to unmute you. If you, all right.
She appears right. It's a really good.
Okay, he's listening to something else. All right, so Masandra War, you have anything? Okay, so anyway, so as y'all know, I follow current and popular culture, right? Or I don't follow current and popular culture like that. Like I don't really listen to new music or anything. That's not my spiel. That's not my take. So what happened? So when this chick who has a boyfriend who's in the industry that I never heard of, but she has a boyfriend who's in the industry. Apparently he's popular in the industry. She made a song called Yellowbone. And from what I've read on it, what my research tells me, I appreciate you, Melody, for saying hit the like button. Yes, please, people, hit that like button. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. But what she's saying is she's basically, this is a sneak diss. This is a sneak diss to his previous girlfriend who was interested in the guy, or excuse me, who she won over. So this is more like some na stuff. I tend to not get into it or in discussions like that. But when these 4 chicks talk about stuff, it really just, I feel a need. I feel an itch. You know, I have to intervene. I have to intervene when this happens. All right. So let me go.
The Latino singer DaniLeigh, I don't know if you know who she is. She released a preview of her new single Yellow Bone, and she received some backlash after being accused of colorism. One of the controversial lyrics says, "Yellow bone, that's what he wants." She took to Instagram attempting to apologize to her fans. Let's take a look.
I see brown skinned women flaunt their skin all the time in music. Like, why can't I talk about mine? If you look at me, I'm light skinned, I'm a yellow bone. In my opinion, I'm not a colorist, I'm not a racist. I date a whole chocolate man. I have beautiful dark skinned friends. Like, and skin isn't something I even see. Like, it's not something that I look at.
Okay, so that's her apology. Basically, she's saying that I'm not a racist. I date dark-skinned men, which is fair enough. She's not a colorist because she's with a dark-skinned man. And that statement, I mean, I'll give it to her because she's young. I mean, that statement implies that colorism can't go both directions. And it can. A person can be colorist against a light-skinned person as well as a dark-skinned person. But I get where she's going. She's basically saying she doesn't hate a group of people. She doesn't hate dark-skinned people because she's with a dark-skinned person. I get that. She has every right to tease. And I'm willing to bet that his ex said something. Like, you left me for a yellow bone chick. I'm willing to bet anything that his ex, and I hear that she's also a rapper, had something like that to say. She has some shit like that to say. At which point she has every right to retaliate. Or guess what? She just has every right to throw shade as women do. Stop making this into a ism, and please stop putting people like this into the category of racist.
What are your thoughts, ladies?
I'm light skinned, I'm a red bone, I'm a yellow bone, I'm bony. I mean, you know, I think that, you know, India Irie.
This is LisaRaye. This is LisaRaye.
You know, I love your brown skin.
Sing, LisaRaye.
I know. Did you hear any little something in there, Syleena? No.
It's a little something. You was on the one, not the two.
But I heard women and men talk about what they have, because I guess, and so you can contest to this, that you guys start inward with what you all sing about, meaning what your experience is and what, you know, you have gone through or whatever. So for her to break in,
I don't think that there's anything wrong with that. I just think that just because it's Black Lives Matter, is it that Black Lives Matter because we talking about dark?
Now, so I didn't even know it was Black Lives Matter that was making the complaint. What does this have to do with a black life? What does a dispute between one presumably light-skinned chick and one dark-skinned chick, or the plurality of dark-skinned chick, how's that a Black Lives issue? If she is saying that the man that she was with, and pretty much every man that she is with or was with, likes light-skinned women, then that's a thing. That's a thing. That's not really a Black life issue. That's her perception, and it seems accurate.
Dark skin Black Lives Matter, or light skin and cappuccino and caramel and espresso and all of that matters?
I think she totally blew it. I'm gonna keep that 100% real. Being a person that like dated a rapper back in the day, she did that.
So we all know that that's Vivica Fox. Being a person that dated a rapper back in the day. That's Vivica Fox right there.
to get back at that baby mama and to throw that in her face, and it absolutely backfired on her.
Oh, the baby mama's the dark skinned woman.
She's the chocolate woman. And I would just say this to her, like, you know, and then to say I date a whole black man, this and the third. Young lady, be careful. Because I'm gonna tell you something. If he go back to that baby mama and then he gonna write a song about you, his artist gonna write a song about you, his baby mama gonna write a song about you, everybody's gonna be writing a song about you. Be careful. It was not.
Now what she's doing is fear mongering. This is like a veiled threat, really. Like, be careful because everybody's gonna come at you and blah 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 blah. You know, this is some of those hellfire brimstone type tactics. When really a woman should be able to say, this is what the fuck I like. I know what boys want. I know what guys crave. I know what men want. They want this light skin. They see my skin shine. They want to stick in. She has every right to say that. And there's obvious some truth in it. There's obviously a lot of truth in it, or else it wouldn't be controversial. This is what the guy that I'm with like. Therefore, this is what I am, and I should not be ashamed to say it. It's not a civil rights issue.
The place for you to go with that whole colorism and debate. No, I had to keep that real because let me tell you something. When you get on them rappers' bad side, baby. When I'm telling you,
you should know.
You know I know, and I'm gonna keep it real. That's why I was like, "Hey, baby, go on and get up out of that one because
know
I know because I'm gonna tell you, she did that to back. She was like, I got him, I won, and okay. And that's for now.
And y'all see that, right? So Vivica Fox was the one that brought it to my attention that she did it to throw shade at the previous baby mama, which means that the way they took it, because it's a sisterhood, that she threw shade at the entirety of dark-skinnedness. This was a shot against all dark-skinned women, and she must jump up and say, you're winning for now, but we might have the last laugh. So fellas, if you want to sleep with a lot of dark-skinned women, here's what you do. You get a light-skinned chick, right? Have her say, I'm winning because he prefers light skin. And then wait till the hive come to your penis. Wait till the hive of dark-skinned black women come to prove her wrong. They are going to rigorously compete to prove her wrong. They are going to try to out-beauty her, out-sandwich her, out-everything her. They are going to try to do anything just to win the competition between light skin and dark skin. Your penis will become a prize in the battle versus left and right, or excuse me, light and dark. Your penis would be that prize. That is how simple they are. And I don't blame them. Fellas, do that. And guess what? It can even be your cousin. They won't even fact check. If you have a light-skinned sister or something, just have a picture with your sister and then say, light skin for the win. Seth says it also works with white women. Yeah, apparently. They will do this just to win. Just to say, okay, there we go. Dark skin won.
Well, the song is so damn stupid.
that I couldn't even figure out what the hell she was talking about in the song anyway. So
he likes Yellowbone. What is there to figure out? Now, whether I am an advocate of this whole light skin, dark skin thing, to boot, whether or not that's the case, he is talking, or excuse me, she is talking about he likes Yellowbone.
had it not been for the girl explanation, okay, then I wouldn't have known what she was talking about.
Yeah, I still don't know it. I don't know the song.
Chicken Bone Girl, the song
She was feeling herself, y'all. I'm trying to tell you.
That song is dumb.
I
You gotta focus.
What's wrong with feeling herself? Okay. When is a rapper not feeling him or herself? When are they not always aggrandizing themselves? That's just part of what they do. Somebody name the humble rapper. Name the modest rapper. Like, they all pretty much aggrandize themselves. Isn't there a woman out there talking about her WAP? Who doesn't aggrandize themselves? But light-skinned women are not allowed to aggrandize themselves based on their light-skinnedness. Even though dark-skinned women are not allowed to aggrandize themselves on their dark skin.
Focus on how dumb the song is.
I think.
Okay, well, let's start there. It sucked.
I think everyone has a good point. I'm gonna say this and be very careful about this. I don't think she was putting as much thought into it as we're giving her credit for. I think she's a goofy young girl, right? That was trying to be shady to the baby mama of her boyfriend. But for her actions, she is getting dragged for what she said.
Now that's Claudia Jordan speaking, and she's a light-skinned woman. But listen at her for a second.
Now, I want to make an argument that's kind of piggybacking off what LisaRaye said. There are songs that celebrate brown skin because brown skin is the most repressed in the world, right?
Absolutely.
But I do also think that
brown skin is the most repressed? Really? Really? So, and this goes into the thing. They're always trying to balance the scale. Because I'm repressed, I can, and I don't even want to get into that, but because I'm repressed, I should be able to repress others. Listen, somebody has to lose. And that person, by definition, will be the most repressed. So what they plan to do is the same thing that they did with the with scholarships and crap like that. I'm repressed. Therefore, I get to bring light to my skin tone. I get to advertise my skin tone over others, while others can't advertise theirs over mine. I want to continue to do this until forever, because guess what? If the situation were to ever become reversed, light-skinned women still wouldn't be able to make songs like Yellowbone. If the situation were ever to become reversed, they still would not be able to do that. And think about it, nobody ever is allowed to do that. I can't say this, right? Because I'm a guy. I'm a heterosexual guy. But say if a blonde-haired, blue-eyed white woman was to say she is not attracted to Asian guys, right? Not attracted to Asian guys. Do you think Asian men would say, "Oh, we are repressed. We are repressed"? Nobody ever claims repression over physical preference. It's not a job. It's not an opportunity. You're not being arrested for it. And if that was your complaint, then that probably would be a more valid complaint. You're complaining about beauty standards as if it's a civil rights thing, and you're calling this repression? Are you kidding me? Nobody screams ism more than you. You are screaming ism on if somebody don't find you as hot as the next person. And guess what, Claudia Jordan? You're part of the winning side. Apparently. Y'all want sympathy penis.
That light skin, whatever color you are, you should be able to be proud of yourself and not feel like you have to apologize for that too.
And
so it's a complex thing, right?
You're right. She should see. I want y'all to hear this again. I want y'all to hear Claudia Jordan again.
I do also think that light skin, whatever color you are, you should be able to be proud of yourself and not feel like you have to apologize for that too.
And
so it's a complex thing, right? Like, let's not.
Yes, I agree. A woman should be able to feel proud of herself and not feel like she has to apologize. And guess what, you dark-skinned women, you, guess what? They're all thinking it. Every lyric, every word that she said in that song, and every lyric and every word that I said in my song, light-skinned women are thinking it. Everybody's thinking it. Y'all just don't want to say it out loud. Because when somebody does, that's when the crying starts. And then that's when the, whole gang up starts. And that's when the sisterhood attacks. It's secret. It's secret. They want you to whisper it. They want you to whisper it. Like a revolution or something. You got to whisper it. You can't say it out loud. You got to whisper it. She's light-skinned. You can't really say it. You see, I'm gonna tell y'all something. And this is going to be a topic of debate, right? White guys always liked big tone butts. I'm going to repeat that. White guys have always liked big toned butts. They just whispered it. They whispered it. You want to know why? Because if they said it aloud, ever since Sir Mix-a-Lot, white women would give him the sisterhood treatment. If he said, I like big butts too, Sir Mix-a-Lot, then his mother, his sister, his auntie, his cousins, his nieces and her friends will give him the look. Like, what else do you like about those sister girls? How many side babies do you have? Is what they would say. So they just was silent on the issue. They were silent. Since Sir Mix-a-Lot came out with Baby Got Back, they just remained silent until Jennifer Lopez. And then they felt comfortable saying, I want a woman with a Jennifer Lopez booty. See, they didn't say they wanted big tone booties. They said, I want a woman with that Jennifer Lopez booty. I'm not saying that I like big butts on black women. I'm saying that I want that Jennifer Lopez booty. I am safe to say it now. The stuff that I was saying in whisper, the booty that I yearn for in whisper, I can now say out loud and proud. I want that Jennifer Lopez booty. But before that, they were suppressing it. They were suppressing what they actually wanted, that bubble. But now it's safe. Y'all see what's repression going on? They're trying to, people are being muted. People are being muted. Fellas, if you like light-skinned, then just say it. And ladies, if you are a light-skinned woman and you feel that that adds to your beauty, then just say it. You have every right to.
Let's not drag people for being part of what they are. But if you're doing it to be mean to another, to dark skin, this ain't the time.
What? When you do it to be mean to another, so basically at first she's being mean to an individual, now she's doing it to dark skin. Okay.
Or the place.
And this is not the time or the place. When is the time or place? See, it's never, what they don't tell you is that it's never going to actually be the time or place. So what if he's not? So what if she's not? The conversation still needs to be had. So what if she's not? And I'm going to get to that. I'm going to get to that by the end of this thing. Thank you for bringing that up.
Right. I mean,
And that's what I was saying about
and then I think it was because she tried to act like, but I didn't really mean it. So, you know, you don't put it out there, and then when you get it coming back at you, you can't.
And this is the downfall. I really think her boyfriend, made her apologize. But this is the downfall of apologizing to the sisterhood. You don't get any points for apologizing, yet you get points taken away for not apologizing. There's no real incentive to apologize. They're just going to insult the apology.
You know, you got to watch her actions. She has a lot of exposure. She's dating one of the hottest rappers that's out right now. You have to watch what you say.
Who is she dating?
She's the baby.
You know what also rub people the wrong way?
Right. Okay, that takes on a whole new meaning now, right?
The whole baby mama.
Right.
Whole setup.
You know what rub people the wrong way?
Ain't that what they do too? They be writing a diss song. That's why I say y'all go with inward to your own
Yeah, this is a diss song.
experience. She wrote a diss song.
She shouldn't be writing nothing.
Yeah, like
She's an artist.
and guess what?
What the F is wrong with y'all? Like, to me, yellow is a color, and she is that color. Don't really care, to be honest with you.
What, ladies?
It shouldn't even be that. Because the song is done.
What makes it worse?
Doja Cat song was about the moo and the cows and all that she came out with. That wasn't that new.
Well,
What makes it worse is she's not even black.
What is Doja Cat? What does that have to do? Wait, what's the moo and the cow? Is there a song that by Doja Cat with moo and cow? I don't know what's going on. Well, it's a problem, but it's not her problem. So why should she care? Why should she care? All she knows is that, come on up, Melody. All that she knows is that, listen, he likes me for whatever it is I am to him. Actually, let me play the more of the clip because Melody disagrees. All right.
She's Latino and she's white Latino, and she went online and put her ancestry.com thing to show that I'm not a black Latina. I'm a white Latina. If I'm not,
she's tripping.
so you can't play both sides and then
I
be like,
take back everything I said.
I told you.
So with LisaRaye, she's no longer part of her sisterhood. She's no longer a part of LisaRaye's sisterhood because she's not a fellow light-skinned black chick.
Oh, you want to go high, LisaRaye? Okay.
I was trying to go
Play
high.
devil's advocate.
So go ahead and just.
so let me tell you, hating white Latinos that want to distance yourself from the black culture when it's convenient, but then when you get caught.
Wait a minute. How is that self-hating? How is it self-hating when she just said that this isn't part of herself? If anything, it's self-loving. No. And that's my point, people like you, whomever you are. That's my point, people and persons like you. Stop telling people what issues they cannot speak on. I can speak on people, and I don't have to be them people to speak on it. All right? I'm going to do it right now. The Amish people need to at least fight. There, I said it. I'm not saying become warlike people, but don't let other groups just come and smack you around. Have some slap back policy to where you can pick up a rake and stab people with it. I can speak on anybody I please. All right? Midgets should not get tall people operations. You look weird. I can speak on anybody. Eskimos need to not live in igloos. It's still cold. Making a house out of ice is still cold. It's not warm. I can speak on anybody. God damn it. All right, let's continue.
Caught up in some scandal, you want to be like, but I'm a red bone. You're not a red bone, you're a Latina. That you have gotten some passes. So you're young, learn from this mistake and don't do that shit again.
Real talk, Claudia. That's all I was saying. It's like you gotta know, like when you step into some, and then you be like, damn, okay, won't do that again.
Yeah, she's Dominican, but she wants to be one of the white Dominicans. So.
One of them white Dominicans. Y'all see how they say stuff like that? Y'all see how they say stuff like that?
Hey, JC.
Hey, what's up, Melly? Hold on, I got oh no, that's a whole minute. So go ahead. What's on your mind?
Well, I kind of agree with them. She is not a black woman. She is a white Latina. Isn't yellow bone a term that black women use?
I don't know. That's some South shit. I have no idea what it is. I just call like light-skinned people light-skinned and dark-skinned people dark-skinned. All the nuances and stuff. That's some old Southern stuff.
Okay, but do you call white people in America light skin, or do you call them white?
No, I call white people white.
Okay, so why would you
unless they are light-skinned within whiteness, I call them that.
So why would you call that white Latina a yellow bone?
Now I only heard part of the song. Is she calling herself a yellow bone, or is she saying he likes yellow bones?
I think she said she's talking about herself.
Did she?
Now, yeah. Now, if you go back on her pictures and see what she looked like before, she's white.
Hold on right quick.
Okay.
I've heard red bone before, but that's in reference to, I heard that on movies like Get Rich or Die Trying, where they talk stuff like that. I've heard that before, and I still don't know what that means. I heard it on that movie, Video Girl with Megan Good looking sexy. I have not heard yellow bone until I came to this space.
She's not part black.
Maybe it's spread. Maybe it's spread here, but no matter what, I still don't know what it is. And nor do I care, because guess what? If she was a full Anglo-Saxon and she was to say he like them blue-eyed, blonde hair,
that would be okay.
Thin lips, don't care. if she were to say that, that should be okay.
That would be
Especially if it's
fine.
true.
But she's not black. She's not yellow bone. So if it was a yellow bone like Trina or even like someone like Alicia Keys or something, it'll be fine because that's what they are. But when it's like a white person saying it, it's kind of like cringy. Like, whoa, like what are you talking about? That's
Okay,
like,
well, put it like this. Put it like this. So let's just say she's a white woman, and yellow bone means like a certain hue of light-skinned black woman, right? Let's just say that that's the case. Now, she is complimenting that particular hue of black women, right?
right, but she's tanning
So
her skin.
right quick, Melly, rock with me.
Okay.
Rock with me. So she's complimenting that particular hue. What happens when light-skinned black women compliment dark-skinned black women? Isn't that the same thing? Isn't that the same thing? Like when these light-skinned chicks say, "Oh, Lupita Nyong'o is so beautiful." You know, dark-skinned black women is beautiful. Say it loud, dark and proud. Like it's the same thing. One group of women can compliment another.
Okay, but that's like, all right, let me see. What's that white lady name? Rachel
Dolezal. Yeah, exactly. One
Yeah,
group of people can compliment others.
that's exactly what she's doing. She tans her skin, she perms her hair to pretend to be a black woman, and then she goes around telling people she's black. That's what this lady did. She tanned her skin and permed her hair, and she's going around telling people she's black.
Okay, well, she's telling people that she's yellow bone, which some people say isn't black. I mean, like, don't like these colorism crews say that if you're mixed, you're not black.
If you're mixed, you're mixed. Jessica X already told y'all that.
But which is not black.
Exactly.
So this is a not black person complimenting other not black people.
But she's not. I don't think she's complimenting them. I think she's saying that
Well, by
she's
saying
a
she
yellow
likes
bone.
yellow bones, you know, is a compliment.
I guess, but I understand because she's Dominican, and so are people in my family, and I understand. I understand why other black people would be mad. That's all I gotta say.
Okay, I hear. Hold on, real quick. I hear you, love. I'll go to Sade and get her opinion. Hold on. Most yellow bones that I see are either fifth generation light skin on both sides or biracial and have heavy amounts of non-blackness in it. What the hell is a fifth generation light skin? Do y'all know that? y'all heard that? Or is that some Canadian talk? Is that
I
when
never heard of it.
5 generations of light skinned people just got together and just kept going at it? Stop speaking on Eskimo issues. I appreciate you, Mister. Thanks a lot. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, so a white Latina, yellow bone presenting woman is saying that a man likes yellow bones. And there is an uproar. And because we're talking about physical appearance, if her physical appearance matches that of a traditional yellow bone and he likes it, then so what? You are that thing. All right. Christopher B., I appreciate you. Thanks a lot. He says, the whole Miami white woman, let's see, that is so excited on her ability to chameleonize. Is that what you mean? And leverage and minimalize percent of black blood to access the black community that she had to make a song about what real light skin B-dub really have. Okay, I see what you're saying. You're saying that she infiltrated the black community to get certain aspects or benefits that comes with being a light-skinned black woman.
Right.
Woman. I get it. However, she was invited into the community by the penis that she sucks. Am I wrong?
No.
Yeah. Sade, your thoughts.
What's up? This the gold nigga.
And the black community was invited into her vagina. Go for it, Sade.
It's the golden eagle game changer.
Oh, what's going on?
What's up, Melody?
Hi.
So, game changer, I got a question for you. Is there a thin line between colorism and racism?
No, because one is physical, like the physical appearance of someone, and the other is based on a person's heritage. So no, it isn't.
Okay. Are black people more colorist to each other than anybody else? What do you think?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, and another thing I'm trying to figure out is at what point does physical attraction come into all this? Because the way these women sound, like, have they ever dated light-skinned men before? Because it sounds like they don't feel that dark-skinned men experience colorism as well.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
Exactly. Well, both dark and light-skinned men experience colorism, but it doesn't matter because they're men, not people, according to chicks like the ones you see on your screen.
Right.
You see when a dark-skinned man experiences colorism, or a light-skinned man, basically, it's okay for a dark-skinned man to go on TV or any public venue and talk crap about light-skinned dudes, and vice versa. This is okay. Neither side will ever say ism. You know, like if somebody was to go online, and I think there was a movie that they said this. Bill Bellamy said, you know, on How to Be a Player. He's like, yeah, light-skinned dudes used to be in, you know, back in the 80s and 90s. He's basically saying
that's exactly. I'm glad you said that because I almost forgot that. See, they forgot all about that.
Yeah,
I'm a Gen Xer like you.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
See, stuff like that is okay. It's okay for dark-skinned men to say stuff about light-skinned men and vice versa. Stuff like this is okay. This is not an ism, and they most certainly do not try to relate it to racism in any way. You see, because racism is the ultimate tar baby, which is a racist term or a colorist term, but because it's the ultimate tar baby, people don't want to touch it. So they just try to put hints of racism into everything, hoping that people just let this topic go.
Let me ask you something, game changer. Are these dark-skinned women, are they getting any kind of attention from men?
Well,
do they get approached?
The darker ones on the panel are rich and famous, or maybe just famous, because of their looks.
So, oh, wait a minute. So physical attractiveness and beauty does matter.
Exactly.
Regardless of skin tone. Oh, okay.
Exactly. and dark-skinned women have reasonable access to the same privileges that light-skinned women have. Read Vivica Fox. Who was the hottest and set it off? Vivica. Who was the star of Independence Day? Vivica.
Yep.
Wasn't she like the star in everything she did, even when it was other light-skinned chicks in it?
Exactly. That is true.
You know,
now game changer, do you think they're projecting a little bit of their own insecurity with this stuff?
No, they're just looking for an advantage. I don't even think that these chicks are insecure. I don't think that Syleena, Vivica, I don't think any one of these chicks will think that they're ugly. They know that they made millions off of being what they are.
Yeah, and see, and here's the irony about this, game changer, man. They need to stop acting like when Players Club came out, every nigga with a, Nagaga, with a DICK wanted to, you know, you seen Players Club with LisaRaye was on there. Exactly. What is she?
Exactly. Is she red or
so wait, so we're not supposed to be attracted to that?
Yeah, right? Exactly. And she knows that she owes it to that. And if part of her hook, her millions of dollars come from being yellow or red bone or whatever bone she is, you know, then you know that's just the way it happened.
Yeah, because she was looking sexy as hell up in that movie. But I would like to know what she has to say about all this. Because she's a light-skinned yellow boy herself. Mm-hmm. Or is she going to toe the party line?
Well, she did. So she started off against it, but then later she realized that, you know, this was to be a shot at his previous girlfriend. You know, kind of like when Ray J's the lamest person alive, but kind of like when Ray J did that whole I hit it first.
Oh, yeah.
It seemed like some petty shot like that. Which is
Yeah, I mean, because LisaRaye, she was the poster child for them yellow bones in whenever that movie came out.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. She was the yellow bone of her day, and so was Tisha Campbell was the yellow bone of the day before, and so was Jasmine Guy. Listen.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah,
they weren't looking. I'm gonna say this real quick too, and I might hop off.
Okay.
I don't hear Bria Miles complaining. That's all I gotta say.
Or Gabrielle Union, or any of
I don't hear Bria Miles complaining, man.
Exactly.
Well, you're not gonna really catch a lot of pretty dark-skinned women complaining because they don't go through colorism.
Because it's not colorism. It's it's absence of prettyism.
Exactly.
So, like, would this rapper be with this yellow bone, quote unquote yellow bone, if she was otherwise unattractive?
Game changer. I gotta ask you something, man.
What's up?
Why do these women do this, right? And it's always they want us to be attracted to the I don't know, homely looking chicks. Lupita Nyong'o, she's beautiful in her own right. But I'd rather have Bria Miles.
I would too.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with complexion, though. So why do these women kind of steer us in that direction of a less than attractive, a beautiful, dark-skinned woman, as opposed to, say, a Bria Miles?
What they want to do is, well, let me read this from Savage Red Recovery. I appreciate you. Thanks a lot. It says, yellow bone, any fair-skinned African-American Beyonce knows is a yellow bone. Yeah, I think that too, but they have different terms. Because if that's the case, what's a red bone?
A lighter person. Lighter than
I don't
a
know
yellow
the
bone.
difference between light and lighter. I'm telling you, it's confusing. That's why here, and I know New disagrees, that's why here we call light skin and dark skin, and sometimes brown skin. But pretty much if you're not light skin, you're dark skin. Because like if you're light, you're yellow bone, but if you're really light, you're red bone, and if you're really really light, you're pink bone. I don't want to go into that, so that's why I just keep that kind of.
But game changer, here's what women don't understand. Guys just like the coochie, the PUSSY.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically what it comes down to. A lot of guys will follow the path of least resistance or the easiest way they can get it. It's not so much the skin tone or her complexion.
Well,
that has nothing to do with it.
Some guys want quality. Some guys want quality pussy. We do, but I will say that of those guys, it's rare that they determine quality of it by skin tone. What they want to do is they want you to feel guilty for liking certain women. And here's the thing, and I said, shout out to the Breakdown Women's Perspective, because I said this on their panel. Fellas, they will not reimburse you the pussy. I repeat,
say that again, game changer.
They will not reimburse you the pussy. I've been there. They will not reimburse you the pussy ever.
Amen.
What do I mean by that? Okay, so say I buy a bunch of Oreo cookies, right? Say I buy a bunch of Oreo cookies for a party. For a kid's party, I buy Oreo cookies. I buy a stack of them. I pass out the kids Oreo cookies, and I make a Oreo cookie cream pie, right? And then I get a knock on the door, and who's knocking? Who's knocking on my door? A Keebler goddamn elf, right? And a Keebler elf says to me, he says, please, Mr. Game Changer, you're putting us out of our business. We're about to get evicted from our tree, and the squirrels are just circling, waiting for us to leave the tree. Please, why don't you buy some Keebler elves? Why don't you buy some Keebler cookies? They're delicious, And then I say, okay, here's what I'll do. I will throw out all of my Oreos. So I throws all of the Oreo cookies out, right? And then I go to the Keebler elf and say, well, I did it. I threw out all of my Oreo cookies. And the Keebler elf says, okay, thanks a lot. It's like, wait a minute. Give me some cookies. Give me some free cookies. I threw away my Oreos. You are trying to convince me you won't give me no free cookies, will you? You won't give me no cookies to replace the Oreos that I threw away. See, that's what I'm talking about. It's that type of trickery. If you tell me not to fuck light-skinned women, you must fuck me twice. You must replace the pussy I lose.
With a Bria Miles looking dark-skinned chick. Just
Exactly.
saying.
With the dark-skinned chick that's of equal attractiveness to the light-skinned one that you tried to convince me to throw out.
You like her, don't you? You like her. You like Lupita Nyong'o, don't you? She's attracted to you, ain't she?
Exactly. You tell me to forego pussy and you not replacing it, and you have it to replace. Get out of here. I don't want to hear that shit.
By the way, shout out to Lupita Nyong'o. She's a nice looking lady.
She's cute.
She is.
But I mean, I'd rather have the latter or the other one.
Exactly. So Savage Red Recovery, thanks a lot. Urban Dictionary says Beyonce is a yellow bone. No, I don't doubt it. I mean, listen, I'm pretty sure it's very sophisticated classifications of such stuff. I'm very, I just don't, I like what I like and I don't what I don't, and it's don't get me wrong. I mean, color is in the mix, but it's like last on the list. Listen, this is how it goes for me. And as I understand it, this is how it goes for most men. It goes size, shape, texture, color. That is the list of priority. Size, shape, texture, color.
You know what? That's a good point, Game Changer. I didn't think of that, man.
Exactly. Color is like last on the list. Like, like the first thing you ask a woman, like, how much she weighs. That's size. Does she have it, in the front and in the back? That's shape. What those hips be like? That's shape. Texture is more like, skin elasticity. Is she bumpy about the face? She one of those pimple face chicks, that's texture, and color is color.
It's like they respect us more if we get the most unattractive dark-skinned woman around.
But how important is your respect? And like, guy like that?
And every time I bring up Chili, because I think she's one of the most beautiful dark-skinned women, they say, well, that's because of her hair.
Exactly.
They always say that. I'm like,
they'll never congratulate you. Everything you do is wrong. Until you get, shout out to Obsidian, until you get a Grace Jones, or a Jill Scott with a Grace Jones paint job. Until you get one of those, they're not hearing it. You'll never get.
Which Jill Scott, the younger one or the one now?
I don't know what she looked like now. But he said it years ago. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember him saying that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Kelly Rowland, she's hot too. Yeah,
she is. A hot woman is a hot woman. Size, shape, texture, color. Kelly Rowland has all of those. Lupita, size, shape, texture, color. Like,
what about Viola Davis?
I'm not attracted to Viola Davis.
I'm just playing with you.
Okay. Yeah, it's not my type. I'm not even going to.
Oh, shit.
Well, I mean, her size is right, but her shape is kind of like a brick. Not a brick house, just a brick.
Oh, my goodness, man.
Yeah.
Damn.
The texture is kind of like off, too. Like, so, yeah. That's not my type. And she snot cries a lot. So.
What's that older model's name? She just had a baby not too long ago, dark skin. She was on Atlanta Housewives.
Oh, I don't watch that. But what's her story?
Kenya Moore?
Kenya Moore, yeah. She's beautiful too.
That is a beautiful woman. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. That is a beautiful woman. Why? Because she had size, shape, texture, and guess what? I like her color too.
Yeah, she is gorgeous.
Exactly.
At like 40-something years old. So I don't know where dark-skinned women get these talking points from. And then they tried to say, oh yeah, you put the baddest dark skin up against the ugliest light skin. I said, so you're telling me if you put Chili and Tiny next to each other, the men are gonna choose Tiny? Really? Is that what we're saying? Like, they don't even know what they're talking about.
They're trying to insinuate that we have some sort of complex that we don't. And they're saying that if you like this woman, who's that chick's name? Dalia or something like that, this yellow bone woman, then you have a complex. And they're trying to trick her rapper boyfriend into dating his ex-girlfriend so they can say this is a win for dark-skinned women.
No, but I understand where they're coming from, because she's not yellow bone, she's white.
No,
So
I mean, I get
understand
that point. I guess we could go into the minutia of it.
Right.
No, I think what Urban, with Savage is trying to say is that no matter what she presents it. See, here's the thing. Because this is a diss song, I believe that she was saying this to diss, meaning that somebody called her a yellow bone. Whether it's yellow bone heifer or whatnot. Somebody said that, whether it's the ex-girlfriend, somebody said that, and she replied with, he likes the yellow bones, though. I think that that's what's happened. But I do believe that that she was called yellow bone by someone who didn't take her DNA first. And this is a retaliation to that, or a response to that, which is okay. But nevertheless, the fact that she's not, the technical definition, even with Savage's definition, it doesn't really say is Beyonce a yellow bone because she shares the color of Beyonce, or because of her color or her heritage. Because if she's a yellow bone because of her color, then, damn, this woman will qualify.
They keep saying, but she's Dominican. Dominican is not a race. It's an ethnicity. I'm Dominican too, but I'm black. Like, come on. You can't go by that.
Exactly. But what this comes down to, and this is what I don't like, this is more of them trying to dictate what my dictates. And you just can't do that. I know what I like, and I know I'm not biased. And if I am biased, then so what? That's what liking means. Like, if I like chocolate ice cream over vanilla, then I am biased towards chocolate. That's what liking something is. I'm not going to apologize to vanilla. And why are they the only group that requires an apology? Like I said before, you don't have to apologize. You don't have to apologize for a person's you don't have to apologize to any other group. If a man says I like blondes, if a white man says I like blondes, he don't have to apologize to brunettes. And if a white man says I like redheads, he don't have to apologize to blondes. He don't. Now, he should be, prosecuted if he says I only hire redheads and he doesn't live in an industry, and he doesn't work in entertainment or anything like that. That's one thing, but, anything else, miss me with that.
Well, right. Caucasian women in general are kind of high up in the dating market anyway, so it don't really matter.
Yeah, but, I mean... people can say that they're high up due to external promotions, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I got a feeling that they are high up because they're adept at sucking penis.
Oh, shit.
And getting sandwiches. So yes, if you have spent the last 100 years sucking penis and getting sandwiches, you will be high up in it too. And you want to know who is higher than that? Me Love You Long Time is higher up because listen, ladies.
A 5,000 year sandwich track record.
Exactly, 5,000 years. There was a chick giving Confucius a sandwich. Exactly.
What's up, MOT?
Oh, what's up?
Hi, MOT.
What's going on, Melody?
So, ladies, if y'all, dark-skinned black women, if y'all want to be the next it girl, suck my penis, give me sandwich. That is the key, not whatever you're doing here. Not whatever you're doing, these four chicks doing on here, and this politically correct BS. You want to be top chick, suck my dick, get my sandwich, period. I don't care about your damage, suck my dick, get my sandwich. That is the answer to all of your problems. That is the answer to black men hopping the fence. That is your answer to colorism. That is your cure for COVID. That is your cure for cancer. The answer to all of your problems begins with you sucking my dick, getting a sandwich. What's on your mind, MOT?
Yeah, like, I'm from Mississippi, and I've never seen this type of colorism down there. Except for when it comes to abjectly hating on light-skinned women because they exist. Now, were there a lot of dark-skinned women who were out of this world hot? Yes! All the way. But see, here's another thing that women, or these women, are missing. A man loves a woman who maximizes her beauty no matter how she looks.
This is true.
Yes, because guess what? A great-looking woman who don't keep herself in shape will eventually lose that stuff. A woman who's not that great-looking, who always maximizes the hell out of it in every single circumstance, she's going to last longer on the market, all the way.
Exactly. I agree. I agree completely. And that's another thing. Maximize your looks, suck my penis, give my sandwich. They're trying to go around that. Like the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. And the straight line to happiness begins with maximizing your looks. In the middle is sucking my penis. And at the end is getting a sandwich. That is the quickest path to happiness. You talk about every time they talk about the ethnic it girl, whether it's Colombia or Asian or Russian or something like that, these people have a proven track record until today of sucking penis, getting sandwich. Each and every single group. That is always the case. The more penis and sandwiches and maximizing beauty a woman does, the more she is, her ethnic group is that it girl. And that's what they're doing. They're acting like if they don't do these things, you know, or even the dark-skinned black women who do these things become the it girl.
Hey, MOT, you from Mississippi, right?
Yeah.
I mean, now correct me if I'm wrong, but it's not like a dark-skinned woman has a problem with men approaching them, especially if they decent looking, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it's like this. You have to work hard to not get approached, regardless of attitude or whatever in the South. You have to work very, like when women talk about being approached, it's not about being approached about looks. They're talking about being approached about outcomes. Women are about them outcomes right now. Women are about them, hey, I want a guy with the best outcomes. They want to be approached by the best outcomes. It is not about looks and all that kind of stuff, how they're trying to confuse the issue. They want to be approached by the best deal imaginable. So they set their standards there so that way everybody else is artificially lower than that standard that they are artificially set.
Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, but I'm just saying it's not like they getting completely ignored by men anyway.
They're not,
if they're feeling attracted.
Because all these women have a purse full of numbers on the daily anyway. You know, it's just that once they start to drill down after the looks department and, you know, some of the pictures that they see, no substance. So what they want is they want substance and outcomes, but they're trying to mask it as if they don't get approached by men, period. And that's not the case.
Exactly. It's not. You know, they just want, you know, like Tommy Sotomayor says, first right to refusal. And as I brought up on the breakdown, they do refuse. each and every single man has been refused by a dark-skinned black woman. So at that point, it's fair game.
Why is it that they get so mad after they tell them they don't want them, right? And then
Yes,
they go with
exactly.
another woman. I don't understand that.
Exactly. I mean, because they worry about the image. Basically, they would rather see him alone than see him with a woman, a light-skinned woman.
Makes sense.
They make it look like nobody liked Foxy Brown back in the day.
Exactly.
Like, what are they talking about?
I like Foxy Brown when she came out. I thought she was sexy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That woman probably as dark as you could probably imagine. And there was not a single black guy who said, no, thank you. I would rather have Alicia Keys. Nobody said that.
Exactly.
Wait, MOT, what about Little Kim before she bleached?
Yeah,
I
her
think she
too.
was hot.
I think Lil' Kim was actually hotter than actual Foxy Brown. It wasn't a skin color thing. But yeah, me, I like shorter women better. That's what I like, but yeah.
Yeah, she was hot.
Yeah,
exactly, Cortez Smith. Cortez Smith hit it on the head.
What'd he say?
He said every colorism crybaby has an inbox full of men.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. They act like they don't swipe left. Like it's weird. Men take everybody who swipes right on them. And when they have the pick of the litter, they're acting like the mating market doesn't affect them in a positive way. That it's not tilted in their favor. That it's not a seller's market right now. So Savage Red Recovery says, are you assuming her race? Whose race? Beyonce's or because the other chick did a 23andMe, even though she took it down, she did a genetic thing. So yeah, there's I don't know. Some people say 8%. She took it down, so I don't know what it says.
But she was 8% black. Now you guys would be going crazy if a black dark-skinned woman was 8% white and she came on here claiming she was white. Like that girl is not black. She's not an Afro-Latina.
Okay.
I'm very offended.
Yo, MOT.
Yeah.
You seen Players Club, right?
Oh yeah.
What do you think LisaRaye was thinking when she was hearing all that stuff they was talking about on that panel?
Yeah, it's like the problem is the women are talking about it now. Like if they chose right, because you can't tell me that most of these women who are in that age range was not approached by doctors, lawyers, ball player, athletes in their prime. Yep. Like I don't want to hear this. Like I'm willing to listen to it from Melody, who's also not complaining about it. But these people, no. I'm liking that they're complaining about it. Like, I can tell you right now, one of these people has probably still men that still look good from back in the day that they still don't want to date. While acting like they don't have options. Like, oh my God. Yeah.
And what is LisaRaye supposed to say about? She was like the poster child for that.
Well, here,
high yellow lights.
So she commented. So LisaRaye commented. She said something. I'll replay it here.
Oh my.
Ladies,
I'm light skinned. I'm a red bone. I'm a yellow bone. I'm bony. I mean, I think that India Irie, brown skin. I love your brown skin.
Sing, LisaRaye.
I know. I stopped. Did you hear any little something in there, Syleena? No.
It's a little something. You was on the one, not the two.
So that's LisaRaye. So she made a point. She said, listen, if brown skinned women can say, can make songs called Brown Skin, let's not forget Beautiful Black Skin by Goody Mob, even though it's not a woman.
Oh, yeah.
But, there are songs that exist talking about brown skin. Why can't a chick say light skin or yellow bone?
Man, look. I'm telling you, man, they're going to send SEAL Team 6 out of whoever creates the song.
SEAL Team Daggle 6.
Oh,
Exactly. That's why I practice my Second Amendment after my light skin song.
Yeah, man. You're going to have people like jumping through the window, man.
Yeah, pretty much. You know, well, I mean, if it's the sisterhood, they can't fit in the window.
I mean,
Aren't these
but they could swing from a chain like a wrecking ball. Like you may want just your window broken.
So aren't these colorism women? Aren't those the same women that said that America's so racist that light skinned girls get privilege, and the one drop rule is very prevalent in America?
Wait, that sounds so bizarre. I haven't heard that, but that does sound so bizarre that they say America is so racist that light-skinned women get privilege, because that's not really a race.
Really?
Because they pass off as white. That's the argument.
Well, then it would be like they're disguising themselves to attain somebody else's privilege.
No. But that is what they're doing. Well, what Savage is talking about, that is exactly what they are doing, the way that they are doing it.
I've literally heard the argument that from colorist women multiple times that because of racism, light-skinned women get to pass as white, so they get treated better because you know that the one drop rule is prevalent in America. And if that woman's 8% black, that's one drop, right?
Well, I mean, that's not really.
Yeah, one drop is like 1% to 99%. But Savage, like what they're doing is they're trying to remove all of the lighter skinned women's options completely.
True.
I know.
Yeah.
And they won't replace the penis, just like they won't replace the pussy. They won't replace the penis.
Yeah.
Also, Savage Recovery phenotype does matter. How those people look. Just putting that out there.
Oh yeah, featurism, right?
Yeah.
So Savage, I get what you're saying. Like they're saying, I mean, if a person is passing for white, then that's not really them taking the privilege. Or excuse me, that's not really them with their own privilege. They're masking themselves to get somebody else's privilege.
No,
kind of like if I were to put G-Hay on a job application, and I'm not G-Hay, then that would mean that I'm disguising myself to get somebody else's privilege. But it wouldn't be.
What I'm saying is, Melanie said that 8% doesn't make you black.
It doesn't. Because what a dark-skinned woman does, 8% make her white?
That'd make her mixed, correct?
Nah. I disagree.
Because you know that most black people in America that have ancestry from slavery are like 15 to 30% white. You know that, right?
No, I understand, but 8% don't make you black. Most white people have a little black in them, just like most black people have a little white in them. That don't mean they're white and then they're black.
Which would make you mixed.
Huh?
That would make you biracial.
No, I don't think that's biracial.
So does biracial mean more than one race?
Biracial means your mom's black and your dad's white or something like that. But I don't think it means, someone has 8% down the line. My great grand. Nah. I disagree.
Okay, I can see what y'all saying. I don't see I can't see a common ground, because basically, like, y'all ever see a car that's like blue but it may be green? It's kind of like, some people say it's blue, some people say it's green. I think it's that type of argument that y'all in now. Like how much yellow does it determine? How many drops of yellow before the car is considered green over blue? I think it's that type of thing. But right,
all of this stuff, can you really regulate sexual or physical attraction though?
They're attempting to.
They're trying to.
That's what they want to do.
That I don't agree with.
Let me go to the machine. What's on your mind, man?
What's going on, fellas?
Nothing.
And lady. Yeah, man. I'm loving the discussion. I don't want to be an echo chamber, but I think it's just a lot of projecting insecurities. I mean, I mean, I'm living in LA where it's like every dark skinned woman that I'm with or I'm around that's in the gym, feminine, um, regardless if they're educated or not, they don't have a problem getting men. But they're not like loud capping online about, oh well, men are not trying to talk to me or not. It's just, but then versus when I go back to the South or the Midwest, I hear it's a different story where it's like colorism and everything's like a issue with regards to men not checking for them with what from what they perceive as being something about their skin tone. When I'm looking at them, I'm like, you're just not that cute. It's
Right,
like, whoa.
exactly. It's an ugly woman argument. Definitely.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't like to say ugly. I don't like to say ugly. Let's be clear.
That's
I'm
what
just
it
saying
is.
you're just not that attractive. So
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Because like all the dark skinned women in LA that are like in the gym, taking care of themselves, drinking water in the pool, they don't have problems attracting men. Not just black men, but
Let's
men
call
in
it
general.
prettyism, you know, because but not,
Prettyism?
squeeze it, squash it. Squeeze it, squash it. That is
Oh my.
true. Like if you
Oh
come to something,
no.
like no, I mean if she married a prince of England, you know, or a prince of France, she would be black. Like this would be a victory. Yeah, that is a very good point. Now, on that, I want to bring up another one. I don't know what you Southern brothers classify April as, and I don't give a shit.
Blasian.
Why? Huh?
Blasian.
Okay.
Yeah.
So whatever it is she is, I like it.
Yeah, regardless. Yeah. I'm for it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So and it's like food. If somebody said, you know, oh, this is Bohemian food or whatever, like I don't care what part of what culture made this food. I just want to know if it tastes good or not. Whatever it is that that April is, I like it. Blasian, she says, right? And I do like Blasian. So April is that. And she gets thousands and thousands of views off nothing.
Yeah.
She doesn't have to do a thing, and she gets lots and lots of views for it. And that is more than a man. More than a man, that is what these chicks want. They want to be able to get 196,000 subscribers just by fluttering your fingers all the time, you know, or just by whispering into a mic. She does nothing coherent. I can't make sense of what she does. She be eating the tops of Listerine caps, sucking toothpaste out a toothpaste cap. She does everything, and she gets all the attention and all the money for it because of the way she looks. It's not about men. They already have access to men, as MOT and who's that? And Sade pointed out. You know, they already have men. They want to be April, and they think that if they were light skinned, they would beat April. Nope. You got to be more than light skinned. You got to be everything. Everything she do is right and correct. Look at, she's licking knives here. She's licking knives. Yeah. And you got to be hot before you get to the point where you can lick knives and get paid to lick a knife. And you want me to give you privilege that I myself don't have? Watch me lick a knife and see how many people pay to see that. Watch me lick
Over
a
her? Are
Huh?
they crazy? Over her? Like, well, what they want is they want to like give a demerit system to everybody else but them. No, they want a grade on the scale when it comes to everybody else, but they don't want to be part of that same pool. And I cannot believe that they're like better looking, dark skinned black women who just tell them to sit their ugly ass down. That's what it's going to take.
Yeah, it will. But they won't do that because it's against the sisterhood. Look, she's biting a knife. She got 307,000 views.
She's gorgeous. Wow.
And that's the thing. That's what they're viewing. You know, anybody could bite a knife, but look at her.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, like anybody can bite a knife, but look at her. That is the thing. And that's what they want. Each and every single dark-skinned chick or that complains at least, feels that they should get 307 knife-biting views. That's what they think. And it doesn't work that way. And complaining about a chick who makes a Yellow Bone song, which is confirming this is just a chick who maximized her beauty. And I'm pretty sure she sucks a mean penis and makes a great sandwich.
Or else probably don't have
Too
to.
sensitive. Way too sensitive.
Yeah. I mean,
Way too sensitive.
that's the thing. Like, I remember that song Caramel. They have so many different songs. So why would a Yellow Bone song bother you? The only thing I can think of is that she's not black. I can't think of any other reason.
Exactly.
Well,
I remember that Wu-Tang song "Ice Cream." They was talking about all complexions of women. I don't remember people complaining about that.
Right.
Fresh
I mean, but
vanilla,
it's the
butter
timing.
pecan.
Yeah,
Huh?
it's the timing of it too. It's the timing.
Elaborate, please.
The timing is right now. They're really trying to remove lighter skinned women's choices and options. So if a song that they can all target on comes out, yeah, they're all going to boycott while still probably downloading it. Let's keep it real.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, because they want her options. Like the options that they're interested in is all the other options that are not in her inbox that they think is in the light skinned woman's inbox.
Right.
That's the problem.
But why is it okay for dark-skinned women to call themselves Chocolate Drop and Dark and Lovely and all these names, but as soon as a light-skinned woman say, "Oh, red bone, yellow bone," it's a problem.
Exactly.
I don't get it.
Well,
it's woman.
Well, they say that their logic is, from what I've been told, they say that their logic is they're not the dominant. What's the term for it? They're not the dominant.
Repressed. They said that they were repressed.
Correct. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What?
Exactly.
Yeah, Claudia Jordan, who is a lighter skinned woman. I don't know if she's red or yellow bone. Trust me, I don't even visit this up. But she is a light skinned woman, and she said that brown skinned women are repressed.
She said what?
Yep.
It's because light skinned women is worship.
So but I don't worship light skinned women. I most certainly don't worship tiny. I worship beautiful women. If I were to worship something,
most men do not worship like just regular light skinned chicks. You have to be attractive. This is what it is.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Like, people worship beautiful women. And me, my list of priority goes size, shape, texture, color.
So is LisaRaye just supposed to not want men to be attracted to her?
That's
Correct. Because of her complexion?
That's exactly what they want.
She spoke her piece for it. She mentioned a brown skin song.
So this is what has to happen. This is what they want. So if all of us men walk into a club or into a bar and we see Melanie, all right, she has to, when we walk up to Melanie and one of us hits on her, she has to stop, say, "No, I'm light-skinned. I'm not dark. My dark friend that's next to me, you have to date her because I am too attractive with this light skin, and my dark-skinned sister here would love to talk to you." And
but see, that's the point, Savage Red. They're not pointing us in the.
I think it's worse than that.
Well, they're shamed to dummy down their looks.
But they're not pointing us in the direction of the Bria Miles looking girls.
Oh, bro, by the way, Bria Miles is fine. But anyways.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is light-skinned women are shamed to dummy down their looks for dark-skinned women. I don't know if you've seen this. You see it on Cocktails with Queens all the time. Like, what's her name? LisaRaye is shamed into dumbing down her light skin privilege for the darker skinned women on the panel. This happens all the time. Yeah, because they want to be down with the darker skinned women. Does that make sense?
It does. And it's like you feel bad when somebody compliments you. Like when I used to go out and I got the compliments and the guys bought me drinks and my friends would be like, I'm like, "Oh no, you're beautiful. Look at you. Just look at you. Someone's coming now." Like, and they would try to use me to get them drinks and stuff like that. But that's how it is. And you just feel bad because you're like, "Well, you're beautiful too." You got to say something like that.
Yeah. I mean, but
so you can't compliment one without giving somebody else a residual compliment, like that chick who the guy was interested in one chick and demanded that he buy all the girls' drinks.
Wow.
Oh
What?
yeah.
I did a skit on Bad Girls Club. So a white man is interested in a white woman. He buys her a drink, and then the black chick says, you need to buy us all drinks. And then she yelled at him, spit on him, threw water on him until he didn't get any that night.
Man, hell no.
Yeah.
What?
They
That
savage.
actually happened. Check out the channel. It actually happened.
Yeah, but here's what they want. They want you to ignore the presence of a melody, and they want you to come in and be like, where's all the Gabrielle Sidibe's? We got to give them all a shot before I even have to talk about Mel.
That's the thing. Every single
Where's the Sidibe? Clear out the bathrooms. I have to go through all the Sidibe's.
And they'll respect you more, MOT. They'll respect you more when you do that.
Yeah, this is what they want. They want all of us to talk to them first, and they want the right to tell us all no. And then after they pick out of all the guys that approached them, then Melanie gets to come in and clean up their leftovers. That's what it is.
Yeah.
But,
Yo, Gabrielle Sidibe needs therapy. Let's be clear there.
No. I'm talking about just a look. I'm talking about just a look.
Like, come on now.
And then, like, as soon as you approach Melanie, people are going to look at you. Where's your papers? Where's your papers? Did you get this dark skin sign up of all the women? All of them? Okay, you can go talk to Melanie now.
Yeah, but what they don't realize is it's not about complexion. It's because I'm in shape. Maybe I have a better looking face than you. Maybe you're fat.
Yes.
That's what it is. It's not about my complexion.
Size.
Exactly.
Yeah, but do you know what they're gonna say though? They're gonna use your complexion because that's the one thing that like they can try to make you feel guilty about.
Right, exactly.
They're not going to make you feel guilty about being in the gym. They're not going to make you feel guilty about drinking water and eating salads,
or jumping in the pool.
Yeah, no logical people are going to be like, yeah, you work out too much. You need to let me have this dude. Oh, you're right. I just spend 6 hours a day at the gym to look like this.
But I've been.
They got some nonsense now called featurism.
I disagree, Savage, because they do say, "Oh, you like those skinny heifers, don't you?"
Exactly.
And I will laugh in their face. Every time.
Yeah. And girls are starting to laugh in the face of the dark skinned ones of when they do it when they're dark skinned. Now, Savage, I want to bring up what you said because you said something that was completely on point. I was gonna save it, and I'm still gonna get on this chick, the one on your screen. Right. I was going to save it, but I'm still going to get on this chick. So this is a snippet from her video, right? Fair use, people.
I don't believe people can be ugly. I once used to have a lot of self-hate.
I don't believe people can be ugly. That's where it starts.
Well, then I'm gorgeous then.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh God.
I used to think I was ugly. I used to think my skin color was ugly. And it took me a long time to consciously unlearn all that stuff. Long time to unlearn. Now when I say it, I feel stupid for ever thinking about. So yeah, I don't believe that anyone can be ugly. Just a racist system. So who'd you find?
So somebody being ugly is a racist system. Savage, are there white ugly people?
Yes.
What is racist about somebody being ugly?
Well,
this is what this chick is saying.
Listen, this is what you have to understand, my dude. So you have racism as being pushed into every aspect of everything. So I don't know if you saw it before, but there was I think it was don't quote me on this, but I think it might have been Black Lives Matter that put this out last year or the year before about how it might not have been Black Lives Matter, but it was some organization that was talking about being on time was racist. That was a European mindset, and that needed to be done away with. It was like getting rid of whiteness or something, and their energy. Oh, time. They said time was whiteness. Math. Like there was all sorts of shit that they just equated to white people. Yeah. And now they're attacking whiteness from every single angle. So like if you're on time, if you look good, if you get dudes, if black men don't date you, if white men don't like you, if white men do like you, if only black guys with small penises like you, only if dudes with fucked up hairlines like you. Like, everything is literally racist. If you caught your titty in the door jam while you were shutting the bathroom door to go to the bathroom to do your hair, that was racism.
Wait. Is it a sliding door?
Sure. We'll go this. It's a sliding door.
Well,
if you
door, so
if
that
you
that
fall out,
actually is racism. Yeah.
if you fall out the shower, you know, while you're taking a shower, that was racism. If you wrecked your car into a telephone pole while driving blindfolded, that was racism. Like, everything has come down to this idea of racism, to where racism really doesn't mean anything because it's so watered down that anything's racist.
Exactly. And the only outcome from the people who water it down, the hoteps, the colorism people, is going to be that nothing is racist. Like, if you keep doing that, and society is leaning towards that direction, that's why, you know, actual racist stuff is starting to happen again. But, you know, once you water down the definition to mean nothing, then, you know, you can't define it when it actually happens. So right quick, Counselor Murray says, I love it when the simps post how they only date dark-skinned women and then they flood his post with hearts. Guess he's not a colorist, LOL. Okay, here's the thing about the simps that do that. They hear the complaints and they pander to the complaints. And they flood them with hearts. They do not flood him with pussy. Those hearts do not translate into pussy. You can get 1 million hearts and then you go cash them in like Chuck E. Cheese tickets and say, I have 1 million hearts from dark-skinned black women. Where's my pussy? And you won't get any. It's useless. It's useless. Hearts is free to you and worthless. Hearts is free to them and worthless to you. And you just eat it up, thinking that somewhere between posting that post and the next time you masturbate, somebody is going to F you. It won't. It won't happen. They never do. They never replace the pussy, no matter how much you sing their praise.
You mean that doesn't get the coochie wet? Game changer?
No, it does not. Believe it or not, women do not respect the men that worship them.
Did you guys see the article that came out and was saying that that OnlyFans was racist because black content creators were not doing well?
But I mean, it's an open thing. Like anybody. No, I mean, I could see if it worked like YouTube and they just was shadow banning people, black people. But I don't think that that's the case. I think that, and YouTube is not shadow banning black people. Let's be clear. But if they had a shadow ban system that was race specific on OnlyFans, then that would be. But that's not the case. They're just saying that the general population prefers this over this, and that's not racist.
Well, they tried to. Yeah. I don't know if you remember this, but they tried to actually cancel OkCupid for that. I don't know if you guys remember the study they did with regards to the most attractive women, Asian, Latino, black, white, because the black women were found to be the least attractive on the site from all the men on the site. They actually tried to shut down the site back in 2017. I don't know if you remember that. Yeah.
I remember the survey. I didn't remember that particular response, but it does make sense. Like, it does make sense.
I'm seriously waiting for the sisterhood to have the FBI start investigating my web browser and like start arresting me on charges of racism for what porn I watch. Like, if I'm not watching dark-skinned black women porn, then I'm a racist and need to get reprogrammed. Like, I'm waiting for literally everything. Like,
it might get me too then.
If I eat name brand Oreos instead of generic Oreos, I'm a racist and I need to be reprogrammed. Or,
Well, wait a minute. Savage, are you eating the Oreos that's black in the center, or are you eating the Oreos that's white in the center?
I buy both and then I just put them together just to be not racist.
Which one do you put on top?
I put the black one, the black cookies with the white cream on top.
Okay, so you take the Oreo, right? And you take the black cream from the black Oreo, and then you put it in the white Oreo.
No,
okay.
I just put cookie to cookie. I'm trying to cover all bases.
Okay,
right.
there you go. And you put the black cookie on top. All right, got you. Do you put it in milk? Do you put it in milk?
No, only chocolate milk, because that would be
there you go.
White milk.
There you go. Because you try to dilute it, and then we have a problem. All right.
Correct. That's whitewashing. Don't want to do that.
Okay. But here, let me play this chick some more, because it's gonna get deep. Her brain is a chasm. Like, hold on.
Finds beauty. To understand this, we have to question the things that we find beautiful. You know, when someone has a baby and the baby looks more black.
You actually don't have to question what you find beautiful. Oh, and keep in mind, Classic Ruby, she's from your neck of the woods. She's Canadian, eh? But listen.
How do you react to that baby? As women, we also have a lot of unlearning to do. We have a lot of internalized racism as well as women, rightfully so. But we have to fight it. We have to do something about it. Who set this standard of beauty? Who changed our eyesight? Mental slavery.
Who changed our eyesight? Ugly bitches. By me looking away from them.
Is she Blasian? She's another Blasian, right?
I don't know what she's all sorts of stuff. But
why is it always mixed people that are telling us about how crazy racism is?
Well, no, she's going to talk about colorism, which is so bizarre. This is going to be so bizarre. She's going to go deep off the edge with this.
Seeing things as beautiful and as ugly. Based off of this idea of beauty, black is ugly. The whiter the nose, the bigger the lips, the blacker the skin, the shorter and the more coarse the hair, the uglier the person is, based off of this idea.
She sounds like a bigot.
She sounds what?
Like a bigot.
Well, she'll be all over the place. Y'all got to hear this. So I asked her to come on my show, right? And guess what? She accused me of being Derek Jackson.
Really?
I'm telling you, yeah. Of all people, this was just. I was like, okay. I don't feel bad about
white ways of being, white ways of doing, and as Black people, we follow in those footsteps. Same thing with Black men. Your D game and size is used for pleasure, but is seen as separate from your Blackness.
So now she's talking about the Black man's D game. It's used for pleasure. Your Blackness.
So I got a question. Is it racist for a Black man to give just as much energy to a white woman that he dates with the dick game than a Black woman, or does he, if he dates a white woman, does he have to go only 50% of the way? Like,
absolutely,
man.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Men are gonna be men. Period.
Yeah, are they gonna start dictating like how we can
how much dick you take or how much dick she takes? But you see, here's the thing: it's not racist on the man for doing it, Savage. It's racist on the white women for taking that extra 50% of penis.
So is it gonna get to the point where like if you're super white, you have to only take the tip?
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. You know.
What the fuck?
Is it racist? Is it racist if a white lady uses a grapefruit method? Is that racist?
What's that?
Well, that's cultural appropriation.
Okay.
So, Melody, the grapefruit method, as presented on the movie Girl Trip. Who's that chick? Tiffany Haddish did, and I want to try this. I never did it, but I want to try it. She made it look good. So she did a technique of a BJ that involved the grapefruit.
Oh,
which seemed very interesting. So
I would seem very interesting.
Huh?
Does seem very interesting.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait. So she took it and put a hole in it and put it on the penis?
Yeah.
It's amazing that all you heard was grapefruit, and then you just predicted the exact technique.
She knows.
She knows. In Melody's mind, she saw a grapefruit, and that's exactly what she would do with it. Like,
I guarantee if she turned her camera on, there's a whole bunch of grapefruit just sitting in her kitchen right now.
Nah, negative. I mean, I'm down to try whatever, but yeah.
She got
All
a
right.
whole bag of grapefruits on the table right now.
Y'all funny.
Okay, let's continue.
You are dark skinned, even though you fit that idea of what is ugly, because you have D game, I'm gonna call it that, you're considered appealing to non-black women. When it comes down,
Because you have D game, you are considered appealing to non-black women. Now, I want to point out that according to her logic, black women don't find D game appealing. According to her logic, good sex is something that only non-black women like. Just saying. All right, let's continue.
to recreating. So if you reproduce with a non-black woman, your children are going to be lighter and your children are going to be more exotic looking. If that woman knew that she would have a child that looks exactly like you, those women would most likely not have children with you.
Oh God.
True.
So
I
according to
cannot.
her, a white woman who is attracted to black men would not have children with a black man if he produces the child that she was initially attracted to. So she likes dark-skinned black men. She has sex with dark-skinned black men, and the child becomes a dark-skinned black boy, and she's not interested because the child is black.
Do you know how you can disprove that?
This is very weird. So, and this is where this line of thinking sends women like this into very bizarre places. It's going to get more bizarre. She has been
how you can disprove that
by her countrywoman. I reject that premise. She must be from the West.
But Savage has a biracial son.
Yeah, exactly. Well, she wouldn't have did it if he looked like the father. I don't know. This is just all kind of weird.
Yeah, but do you know what makes that not true?
What's that?
If you look at abortion rates and abortion numbers, it'd be more likely that if you had a child, if you were a black man and had a child with a black woman, she would not like that child.
Probably. I mean, yeah, that. I mean, I'm pretty sure there might be some truth in that. All right, let's continue.
Right? They know that by mixing with you, they're going to have more acceptable forms of beauty. But
your form, right? Wouldn't that more acceptable form be your form? But let's
really, they don't find you attractive. They just know that they can bring in a gene that will make their products.
Really, they don't find you attractive. They just find half of you attractive.
Game changer. You know what she just did? She just explained what a lot of ABWs do that want to swirl.
Exactly. She assumes that white women are of that same mindset.
Yeah. White women don't think like that.
Like there's a white equivalent to swirling. Exactly. Like, dating out of spite or whatever. Or, trying to create designer babies. They think that that's what they're doing. But I think that when a white woman sleeps with a black man or any man, really, it's because she likes that man. Or at least finds him physically attractive or wealthy or something like that. But, there is a reason that she's doing it. And I doubt that reason is always because they plan on designer babies. Now, if that were the case, then they wouldn't have protected sex ever. Like all sex that they have that's black on white would be for procreational purposes only.
Well, dark-skinned black women do that because they don't want the baby to go through colorism, so they want to make it
right. That's exactly what I was saying.
Yeah, he's saying that it's a projection. Even it's not a projection from her because she's not a dark-skinned black woman, but it is that type of thinking. It was projected onto her. She took it, at face value, and now she's putting it on us. Well, yeah, Smiles, I would call it projection if she were herself a dark-skinned black woman, but she's mimicking, she's parroting the projections of others. Yeah.
More attractive. The reason why I'm saying this is because as black women, the world does not see black women as attractive on paper and attractive.
That's not true.
But how is it on paper? What paper is that? Is that the ugly paper? Like what paper is this?
You make it in what study? In what study? For real.
Listen, I know right now if I was written down on a piece of paper, I would not be that attractive. But for some reason, in person, I still get laid. So I don't understand what she's talking about.
Yeah.
Facts.
Well, I don't know if
Bruh.
there's a good way to write somebody on paper, like, you know.
I got 2 baby moms, a criminal record, a bad hairline. Like
Yeah.
I don't like on paper. On paper, I'm not attractive, but somehow I overcome the odds.
All right. Well, that's white privilege.
Okay.
And why do you think black women are the least desirable? Because of their weight, or not because of their skin complexion?
No, it's not. It's not black women in general. Most black women that are attractive, meaning like they take care of themselves, to drink a gallon of water a day, they can swim without worrying about their weave, all this. They don't have to worry about what we're talking about right now. We're talking about the prototypical African American chick that's usually overweight, eating fried chicken every day, drinking fucking Kool-Aid. Those women are the ones that are projecting all the insecurities on us that we're talking about right now. The ones that are not in that 80 percentile, come on now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The women who are on top, Melody, are always the women who are reputedly willing and able to maximize their beauty, suck some penis, and get a sandwich. Once that becomes your reputation, it will be top chick. Period.
Mentally. However, subconsciously, they know that to be false. Subconsciously, the world wants everything that a black woman is without having to give that black woman credit for what she is. I don't know if I'm making sense.
You're not making sense, but
not at all.
Listen more.
So subconsciously, people find black women attractive, but because this is the standard of beauty, they don't want children that look like that, including black men. Bear with me, you guys. I'm getting to a point here, okay? I like to go in.
So, according to her, subconsciously we find black women beautiful, but we don't want to have beautiful babies. Okay.
It circles my brain. I don't know. It functions a little differently. Anything
A little differently?
colonization related away from. This is very discriminatory and rigid, and this is why nothing a black woman or man does or is will ever be considered attractive. The curvy body
But you just said that black men are considered attractive.
of a black woman, her lips, those features are not attractive on her, but can be bought and placed on non-black people. Then bam, beautiful features. So these are very rigid and discriminatory descriptions and practices that are made to oppress us even more. So the reason why I'm making this video is to say that, I guess, black men and women, if you find me attractive, and I get this all the time, you're so pretty, you have long hair, you have soft hair, you're this and that. If you find yourself drawn to me, I really think you have a lot of decolonization to do.
Ah! Whoa, wait, what did she say?
If you find her attractive, you have a lot of decolonization to do.
Wow.
So
Game changer, let me ask you something, man.
Right quick. What Savage was saying earlier, should black women forego their penis, until or should light-skinned women forego their penis until the darker ones had their fill? And according to her, the answer is yes, because if you find her pretty, you have some decolonization to do. I
told you guys earlier. I was like, they dummy down their looks. They dummy down their whatever you want to call it, privilege, because of what's it called? Dark skinned women. Yeah. So
your camera's on, bro.
Oh, sorry.
I would say
that's not my camera. That's not my camera.
Yeah, no, I'm saying, yeah, he's in the back. I don't want to bring him up until. No, go ahead.
So, game changer. Can I say something? Can I ask you something real quick, man?
The brother was speaking. Go for it.
Who, me?
Yeah, you were talking right before I said.
Oh, okay, my bad. Who's that? Smooth.
Yeah, Smooth in background. But go ahead.
What up, man?
Good evening.
Okay, so what is the end goal of this standard of beauty thing? Do they want all men to be attracted to them?
Well, she apparently has a lot of men attracted to her, and she's saying if you do, then I would say check your colonization or some crap like that.
Yeah, and that's what's throwing me off. I don't get it.
You're not supposed to get it.
Because look, here's the thing, man. If these women do want to be the standard of beauty, then other races of men are going to be attracted to you also. Not just black men. But that comment threw me way off.
Oh, she has more like it. Trust me. I'm 7 minutes, or I'm 3 minutes and 48 seconds, and this is a 7-minute video. It gets deeper. It gets deeper than that. But I'm gonna go to Smooth, and then I'm gonna go back to the video. What's on your mind, Smooth?
Hey man, great topic and all that, man. I just wanted to say that at the end of the day, I was listening in when you had the Fox Soul panel on. I mean, they're just a bunch of expired women at the end of the day. Somebody like Vivica Fox, man, she should be married to like a venture capitalist by now and stuff. But she missed the chances. And all of these other chicks that be talking all this crazy stuff. At the end of the day, man, I'm just saying, fellas, we need to practice the ignore button. You understand me? Just ignore these. It sounds so basic, but it's like just ignore them, man. Y'all already know they don't know what the fuck they talking about, yo. Like you listen to them, it sounds completely crazy. Yeah. Ooh, I'm cussing too much. My bad. My bad.
No worries.
But yeah, and yeah, man, that's all I gotta say, man. We just have to practice, like really trying to ignore them and then trying to shame them or mock them the way you do, Game Changer. You know what I'm saying? You know, so we all know. Mm-hmm.
No, I do it so their influence don't spread, because this is not an old woman, at least relative to the other chicks on the screen. But obvious their influence is getting into her head, and now she's on all kind of weird. So you know, I don't want it to spread, because then who wants to do that? Who wants to come across a chick like this and say, "Hey, pretty girl, check your colonization"? Like,
so wait a minute. So if I got a hard D, I'm decolonized because I'm attracted to a beautiful woman.
If this is the beautiful woman you're attracted to, then yes, you gotta check your colonization.
Wow.
Imagine being white and liking black women.
That's where I was going with it, Savage Red. It's like do you want to be the standard of beauty? Because if you are, that's what's gonna happen. Men like beautiful women.
Well,
Savage has upset all his ancestors by now.
Somebody in the chat room, Zerks the First, he said that Kalia was pretty. You need to check your colonization. You need to check your colonization. But she has more. It goes deeper. Listen.
And that's okay to find me attractive. I'm saying if you find me more attractive, let me emphasize, more attractive than a dark-skinned woman, you have some mental slavery.
Oh God, now it's mental.
Oh, it does get worse. You right, Game Changer.
If you find me more attractive than a dark-skinned woman, any dark-skinned woman, then you have mental slavery. Y'all are hearing this.
See, this is crazy, bro.
This is some bullshit.
Well, imagine.
She doesn't believe it herself, though.
I don't know what's going on.
Imagine you're a white dude that likes black women. All right. How exactly are you going to date black women when black women are saying shit like this?
Easy. I would assume. Like, well, I don't think anybody can actually date her. In fact, nobody actually is, and I'll get into that on a later stream. Because I'm not done. I'm not done with her. You call me Mary Jackson.
We got to be colonized to date beautiful women.
But to Savage,
facts.
But to Savage's comment. So what would she say to somebody like Savage, that you need to check your slave mastery?
We need to check these chicks. We need to check these real talk. And I've said this on a separate stream. We gotta, as men, and even women to a lesser extent, we gotta check these women with regards to you do not qualify. Meaning, if you're out of shape, you don't qualify. If you have an attitude, you don't qualify.
Look, and Game Changer put it down.
Let me finish. My thing is, I challenge the women, because the women, they'll listen to the women before they listen to us. I'll be like, yo, to the attractive women out there, dark skin, light skin, white, Asian, I don't care. Check the chicks over here talking the biggest shit online, yo. When they like, hey, this you deserve this and a third. I'm like, if you know in your heart of hearts they're not built for that. Check them, because they're not gonna listen to me and you. They're gonna listen to the women. Like, come on now, let's be real here. Yeah.
But dudes been trying to do that for the longest, man. Trying to get
play the rest of it, Game Changer.
All right, Smooth, was that you? And then I'll play the rest.
Yeah, now play the rest. I could come in later, man. This is cool.
Okay.
It's cool.
All right.
And you need to decolonize your mind. It's not something that's going to happen overnight. It's something that's going to take time. Decolonize your mind, because when we start to give a woman like me, I'm brown skin, women like me or light skinned women attention, like more attention than dark skinned women, there's a problem with you mentally.
Any comments? Any comments? If you give brown skinned women more attention than dark skinned women, then there's a problem with you mentally. So basically, if you have a side piece who's dark skinned and you don't give her as much attention as her, then there's a problem with you mentally. So by her logic, you should be able to have a side piece. If you're with her, you should be able to have a side piece as long as she's dark skinned. That's the only way you can give her as much of attention. And back to what Savage was saying, equal penis.
Shaming tactics.
Yeah.
Shaming tactics.
Exactly. All right, let's continue.
Yeah, sorry to say, but it's true.
Steven, it says device not connected.
I've heard the argument of preference, etc., but really, human beings don't differentiate. When children are born, they don't differentiate between what is attractive and what is not. They go.
I don't have sex with children, so what?
And hopefully they're not with each other. So, yeah. I told y'all it gets worse.
Oh, man.
Go based off of what the person does. So if you smile at a baby, that baby is most likely to be drawn to you. If you're someone who's angry at the baby won't smile at you. That is the actual difference. Because of this colonized mind and the system that we're in, we've been taught to see certain things as attractive and certain things as not. This video is kind of all over the place, but I just wanted to say that because I get a lot of comments telling me I'm beautiful, and I really appreciate those comments. I really do. Thank you. That's nice. And I know that with me, if I'm going to be honest, I exude a certain kind of energy.
Crazy energy.
It's some kind of energy, all right.
Can you really teach attractiveness, though?
Well, you can teach a woman to maximize her beauty, absolutely.
No.
You can teach a woman to maximize her beauty.
No, you can't
It's
make
more of a mindset.
attractive, bro.
It's more of a mindset.
I disagree. If a woman loses weight, then she has become more attractive.
100% agree.
Yeah,
but
but if she looks,
you can lose weight. The 300-pound chick can lose weight and turn 150, but then if her mindset's still a fat chick, come on now.
No, no, I don't care. I honestly don't care. If I'm with a woman who's 125 and she has the mindset of a woman who's 251, I don't care.
Oh.
I don't care about her mindset. She's hot now. She'd probably be a stuck-up bitch if she was the mindset where she should be. I don't care. I don't care about that.
Oh man.
All right, hold on. It gets a little bit more.
Received well with people. For me, that's attractive. That's something I take pride in. It's the energy that I exude. But when people, and I find this a lot with black men, when black men are into me, they're into me because I don't look black. Because
Oh my God. Can we call bullshit real quick?
Yo, she's just trying to shame black men, yo. She's just trying to shame black men. That's what it is, man. She don't think this is about white dudes, bro.
Fucking God.
So you get an exempt, Savage. I told y'all this is oh man. Yeah, so a black man can't be interested in her without being of a slave mind. Oh
yeah, but I'm gonna be honest with you. If I saw this chick, I would just assume that she was black. like I wouldn't think that she was mixed or anything crazy. Like I would just see her as a black woman.
That's because you don't have a slave mind, Savage. We all have slave minds, and we just like break apart her genetics.
But like this, I couldn't date this bitch, bro. Do you know how I have to hear about white people all the time? Like that's what I was saying. How do you think it'd be to be white and date these broads? These broads that say that black men are conquered and shit and want white men. What, like, do you really think I want to hear about white people all the time? Like,
yeah. I mean, that's what they assume. That's what they assume, because they're essentially talking about half your child. Like, so why would you want? Well, anyway, I don't even want to get into that. I want to finish with this chick.
Hold up.
I said, who's talking?
Hold up. How often do you hear to your boy? How often do you hear that black men are conquered? Is my question.
Oh, you hear it all the time on if you go on any of my streams. If you go on any of my streams where women are talking about colorism, or like if you go to my divesting and swirling is a problem video, there were multiple women that will say that. Like a lot of these women that believe in that ideology say that all the time.
Do you hear it in RL? Do you hear it in real life?
I don't talk to women in real life, so
okay.
Like unless I'm having sex with them, that's the only time I'm talking to them. So I'm not.
Yeah, that was my question, because my thing was that are they pillow talking with you saying, yeah, black men are conquered? And I'm like, whoa.
No,
no.
Okay. Let me continue.
I'll be honest with you. I'm not trying to talk about black men in my bed. Like that's just weird.
The idea of what is beautiful based off of European standards. I just want to make this video to say that dark-skinned women are fighting the hardest battles. They're fighting the hardest battles in life, and they're overlooked when it comes to a lot of things, when it comes to their intelligence, their creativity, their looks, their beauty. They're overlooked in so many ways, and as a Black community, we have a responsibility to talk about it and to acknowledge our privilege. Even light-skinned and brown-skinned women, we have to question those kind of things, because for me, the reason.
So basically, she's on some check your privilege, light-skinned woman.
Why I don't find that appealing. When I meet men and they're like, "Oh my God, you're so beautiful, you're this and that," it's actually really problematic for me, because my brain, I need someone to meet me mentally. And
okay.
Go ahead, Melody.
I'm sorry.
When men call her beautiful, it's problematic for her.
Because of dark-skinned women?
Well, apparently she needs somebody to meet her brain.
I can't. Wow. Okay.
Have that kind of self-hate. I didn't work this hard to unlearn all that stuff just to end up with someone who's backward.
What did she unlearn?
Colonism.
Unlearn.
Colonialism.
And start
being conquered, I guess.
Your eyes.
Keep in mind, she says somebody that is backward. She means black, a nigga.
Your own daughter. Your own.
Hold on. Oh, fellas, I was playing a thing because I want y'all to hear this last part.
Eyes to see your own mother, to see your own daughter, your own sister as beautiful, because they.
Yeah. To see your own mother, daughter, and sister as beautiful. I don't do those people, but she is behaving as if we don't have light-skinned people in our family, especially our daughters.
Nigga, my sister is light-skinned with blue eyes. This bitch ain't shit to me.
Yeah, she is somebody's.
Is that 50 Cent?
Unless she's a child, she is somebody's sister. So, like, if a man would say to another brown-skinned woman, "You're beautiful," he is taking you into consideration because you are his sister. This is.
I still don't see the connection between colonization and attraction. I don't see it, but you right, game changer. It didn't make any sense.
Yeah,
she's going off the.
Smile says that she's pushing an Oedipus complex. Yes, absolutely.
Facts. Facts all the way.
My mom said I had an Oedipus complex, but she didn't know what it meant. She meant to say narcissist. But I was like, do you know what that means? She said, no, I actually don't. I was like, then don't say it. That's awful, especially coming from you.
Nah, but I gotta respect the fact, at least being humble enough to own it. You understand me? And be like, okay, I don't know what that means. You ain't even find that no more.
True.
Is that 50 Cent?
Oh yeah, no, not that.
Yeah, this brother, you sound like 50 Cent.
Right.
But game changer, don't you think it's proximity also?
Elaborate, please.
So when the Europeans came into Africa, who you think those European men were having sex with?
African women, I'm sure.
Their moms.
Yeah, so what would this lady say about that?
Who said their moms?
I mean, I'm just asking. Because I can't find the connection she was making.
Well,
what about the colonizers?
That's what I'm saying. They had sex with the white man came over and brought their mom and had sex with them. That's what.
No, bro. No.
She's conquered. She's conquered.
Exactly. Whoever said that, that's what it was.
She's conquered.
You got conquered women talking about decolonized men, find her attractive.
Yo,
make that make sense.
They'll be the main ones on Chrissy and Paris Milan threads talking about black men are conquered. Da 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 da. On my Facebook, I'm like, get the whatever. I mean,
yeah, but they don't say anything about the colonizers who were screwing all those women. So many of whom were jet black. So what point was she making?
Yeah.
I mean, they were doing that over here in America.
This is what makes me not. This is what's problematic when you bring this argument in. So she's pretty much talking about black. She's talking about black dudes need to not find her attractive because of colonization.
No, the ones who are finding her attractive.
Yeah. So they need to not find her attractive.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
So they want her. She wants black men to think about their moms and their sisters and their daughters. So what does she have to say about like dudes like me dating black women? Because my mom has blue eyes and is blonde, and my sister has blue eyes and is blonde, and my daughter has blue eyes and is blonde. But I have a mixed son. So like the argument doesn't even hold weight. It only holds weight one way.
Right. Well, what's worse is if that's true, then she's actually preaching, black and white ethno states. Like everybody stick to their own group is essentially what she's saying. Yes, be accused of being, influenced by colonization. So, which is more racist than anything that and that's not her goal, but that is racist. Like, you're talking about like a white ethno state. That's what that's racial segregation.
This is America in 2021. Black people can't be racist. Don't you know?
Yeah. I mean, it depends on how you define it, but I know what you mean. It's a common narrative. Yeah. All right. So let me play again. Well, actually, before I do that, what she's proposing is worse because she's basically saying everybody get with their own hue. So even within the race, dark-skinned men get with dark women and et cetera, all down the line to Shamar.
Which would never happen.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Nonsense.
I would never want to get with someone my hue. My kid would
Opposites attract, okay?
Ah, good point. All right, let's continue.
And again, I don't know if that makes any sense. I'm not saying that I'm not beautiful. It was a long journey for those of you who know my story. I grew up in racist countries where I was the only black girl in class majority of the time. And I hated myself. For a long time, I hated myself. I thought I was ugly. And I had to really work hard to fight it. And now I'm at this point.
So you thought you were ugly, and when a man tells you you're beautiful, you tell him to check himself.
Not sure if this video made sense. I went all over the place. I hope you liked it. Leave your comments below. Hit that subscribe button. And if you're not already subscribed, I post every Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. Black mental health and self-care. Bye. I love you all.
Let's talk.
So she actually tells other people about mental
The
health.
irony.
Yeah,
She said
I know.
black mental health.
Yeah,
The irony.
it was not lost. I don't think that was lost on anyone. That actually happened. All right, so y'all ready for closing thoughts?
Yeah.
All right, anybody want to say anything?
Yeah.
We'll do closing thoughts.
Sensitivity.
What? Oh, what's that?
Okay, I don't know who that was, but anybody has closing thoughts?
Okay.
Hey
let's do
man,
it.
my closing thoughts are
What the hell is that?
Game changer, is that you?
No, that's not me. I think that's Mick Out Flight.
Well, I don't have no closing thoughts. It's just the Golden Eagle 99 signing off. Good stream, game changer. Everybody on the panel, I'm out, man. I gotta get some sleep.
Okay, bro.
peace, my nigga.
All right, man. Later, man.
Later, Goat Eagle.
Okay, let's go. Smooth.
Yeah, I just wanted to say thanks for having me up, GC. I just hope everybody can see the mental illness of this lady, allegedly, the alleged illness, mental illness of this lady, and yeah, brothers, y'all got to keep your eyes open, man, because she is not the only one that thinks this way. You know,
That bitch deranged.
Well,
yeah, completely deranged. And
But I mean, she
yeah.
has it's society that's, she's obviously sensitive to societal influences, and this is what they're doing to her. She has influencing her to be.
She has low fucking self-esteem and is dumb as a rock. The reason why I say that is because I'm sorry, we live in a world where we have so many examples of women that are self-confident and all that shit. She can find her therapy somewhere. You understand me? Like, it's a global fucking market, son. Everything is out there. Look for what you need to heal yourself within or whatever the fuck. Yeah, you'll be all right. But trying to tell men that they're crazy for finding her, nah. Y'all
They're
already know that.
paranoid, yeah, and all kind of other stuff, yeah. And then
Hey, do you see that?
you
Oh,
think
go ahead.
that when I was a baby, or when you was a baby, yeah, I hear you.
Yeah,
All right,
that's
I appreciate
nuts.
you.
But thanks everybody, and y'all have a great evening, y'all. I'll catch y'all
All
later.
right, bro.
Peace.
Okay, peace. All right, Savage.
So this just goes back to what I've been saying about this this colorism and divesting bullshit. All it is it's just using race against white men and black men to get more options. It doesn't come down to anything other than that. It's just like when a woman lies to make you feel sorry for her about her boyfriend, her ex-boyfriend, or her husband being abusive. 9 times out of 10, it's not true. It's just an emotional way to get you to feel sorry for her so she can fuck you over.
Elicit empathy, and then yeah. A lot of men do have a hero complex or some variation of it, which a woman can manipulate to actually be more appealing than she might actually, be. So yeah, I think some men on some level have experienced that. All right, appreciate you, Savage. All right, let's go to Machine.
You. I mean, all this to me comes down to a lot of emotions versus logic.
Mm-hmm.
Like women in the typical sense, it's kind of like women are typically emotional versus men are usually logic. So when we have these conversations, the disconnect usually is filtered through 2 different filters. With men is like logic versus women is emotional. I'm not saying either one is better than the other, but it's like we have to give context to both. What I see out of what we shared tonight was, especially when we talk about colorism and things of that nature, I'm not saying that colorism doesn't exist. Colorism does exist, but it's so obloviated nowadays to where when it actually does happen, when it's actually prevalent, like it's overlooked because of all the instances where I didn't get a job, colorism. The guy turned me down, colorism. I asked him for a number. He said me no, colorism. I'm like, dude, put your feelings aside and keep it moving. Seriously. Again, as a man, like I said before, like I live in LA where you want to talk about looks, come out here. Here, Miami, New York, and Chicago to a lesser extent. So you can't come out here like you gotta put your feelings aside, especially when you're in a sexual marketplace. So that whole dark skin, light skin shit don't really fly out here. You either cute or
Yeah,
you're not.
I like either side, man. Light, dark,
Yeah.
don't matter. You know what I
You
mean? But
either
once,
cute or you not. You either cute or you not. Like it's not a dark. It really isn't. Because all my dark skinned female friends out here that are in the gym every day doing their thing, they ain't got
yeah,
problems attracting men. I'm not just talking about black men. I'm talking about men across the board.
yeah, the ones that got shape, nice facial
It's
structure.
a fact.
We're doing final thoughts.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, but my final thoughts are, everybody just become a better version of yourself and really exercise self awareness. That's all I'm saying. So, yeah,
Okay.
so.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Appreciate you, bro.
Yep.
All right. And Melody, your thoughts? Close out.
Hey, I do feel like colorism it do exist, but it's just a way to shame men from their preferences. That's what a lot of women are doing, using it to shame men. So that's
Now,
it.
what do you think about this woman who doesn't seem to be suffering from colorism, but she's also shaming men? Like, what's her?
Well, maybe she just has like a dark skinned mother. Maybe her mother's black and she hears her mom complaining all the time about colorism. So that's why she feels how she feels. That's the only thing I can think of. Or maybe some of her dark skinned family members complain.
Okay, good perspective. I didn't think about that. The mother, yeah.
Why, thank you.
Yeah, because if that's the case, then she had it drilled into her, her whole life.
Exactly.
So, yeah. And maybe it's not, what people think an illness or anything. It's just a result of decades of conditioning. Good point. Very good point.
Why, thank you.
You're welcome. Appreciate you, Melody. Raz, save you for last because you got the least mic time. So go for it.
Oh, right on, bro. Well, I feel that basically, yeah, man, I don't care whether light or dark, don't matter. But some females like her do have like those that kind of mentality, when it comes to this colorism issue. You know what I mean? And it's just like what Melody said. I agree with Melody. But the thing is, I do feel though is that a lot of women, light skinned women, are more worshipped than dark skinned women of now for the past 20 some years. You know what I mean? Now it's just gotten like so worse to where a lot of light skinned women have the big head, than a lot of dark skinned women, darker skinned women, darker brown, whatever. And there's beautiful shades, when it comes to darker skinned women, and me, I would lean towards going, messing with the darker skinned women because when I look at the light skinned women, even though she's beautiful and all that, I'd be worried about, man, like, she's blown out, her box is blown out, because of so many dudes coming to her altar and, offering up gifts and all that shit. You know what I mean? And it's just, I'm like, that's not cool. And I don't care for none of that shit, man. That colorism shit. I think it's stupid. I go with what you said, man. Like, it basically is the body shape and the facial structure. That's what I look at.
Yeah. Size, shape, texture, hue. That's that's how we do. Okay, so I appreciate you. So with that, I want to say thanks to the Cash Apps and Super Chats. Thanks to the managers and moderators, those who are listening silently, and those who participated in the chat. Make sure you hit the like button on your way out. Very important that y'all hit the like button so this video can be viewed by more people. I greatly appreciate that. I am going to head over to the breakdown. If they're still on, I'm going to head over to the breakdown now. Listen there for a second. And then later, I will be listening to Chantel and Danica Marie on Danica Marie's channel.
GC, what is the breakdown about?
I don't know what the topic is. I just seen somebody said in the chat room that they were live. So I don't know what the topic is.
So just type in breakdown.
The breakdown, a woman's perspective, I think is what it's called.
Okay.
Okay. So make sure you hit that like button if you haven't already, and if you have, hit the bell. And if you subscribe if you're not, and if you already are subscribed, then hit that bell. But everybody, please hit that like button. This is
You already got mine.
0-0. Game over. Peace.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.